Hello, Rovers. Uh, we're back. As you can see, we're back here on Wuthering Waves. Today's video is more of an early impressions video on what I think about the game so far, and it's not too many opinions that I have on the game because, as you can see, we are still in the story. We're not all the way done with the story, so I'm just gonna preface by saying that for this video, this is not my final verdict, my final impressions on what I think about One of the Ways. This is just early, impressions I'm gonna get out of the way real quick before we dive deeper into it, right? Now, let's start things off with aesthetic. Like in terms of like design of the characters inside the landscape. I mean, you can clearly see around it. Like, just take a look. Take a look, guys. It looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous, and there's so much to explore. Like, the landscape looks fantastic. The characters' design look fantastic themselves. It's all very good. So aesthetically, the people who are saying like, "Oh, the game's too dark and all this other stuff," it's like, people don't know what they're talking about. Like, this looks really good. Even that gray out area, it looks pretty good as well. I'm gonna have to over there real quick. Looks like they got a couple of enemies there, which would be a good time to demonstrate the combat. Which I would say real quick, if you watch my stream, you know. But the combat is just so is the combat is just so good right now. Like, the combat is fantastic, and just want to put that down real quick so you guys only can hear me. Okay, that should be good. But alright, we're gonna demonstrate real quick the combat. But the combat's really good. It's simple, not too hard. There is a couple of times where you have to like time your attacks to get very dead. But that's not too worried about too much about. So combat, as you can see, fantastic. Not too many complaints about it. Combat feels pretty good. Now, those were the couple of positives I got out of the way real quick. Right now, I guess not negatives. So this part, it's not really negatives about the game, like how bad the game is, but it's concerns that could. There are concerns that I have with the game, where I think it will make the game feel not necessarily not good, not like it's gonna end the game, but it could, like, the overall quality of the game could be, could take a hit from it. So one thing I want to talk about is the story. The story so far, memorable moment that I got from the story so far, and again, we're not fully done with it, as you can see from the objective. Memorable moments that I got from the story is, of course, the beginning intro, to where you get some sort of star or some power store inside you, and whoever that woman was, I guess, created us or something like that, and just threw us into the world. And then that cutscene where we're in the water, but somehow flip upside down, and it's like you see the landscape of the world, and out of the water, it's beautiful. That's a nice way, like just a cinematic to like open up the game. So there was that. There was the cutscene to where that freaking creature, the first, I guess, boss creature that we face in the game, that was a moment. And then us clashing with him, and then we fought him. That was a really good scene. And also absorbing him, and it looked like he was our stand. We had stand power for a second. He was just standing like behind us, like a like a stand user with their stand from JoJo's. But those were really the memorable moments that I got from the game so far. In terms of the dialogue, there are moments where the characters do overlap and talk over each other, or they don't finish their sentence in the game, and it gets cut off and the next character speaks. Again, not saying that the story is going to be a killer or anything like that, like it's going to kill the game, but it's like there are people, and I will admit I am one of these people, where there are different aspects of a game, especially for a gacha game, where they like it, and like the only reason they're coming back for that game is for that specific thing. And it's like if you would make a game like that, that's going to be concerning. It's going to be bad in the long run. I think the great example, of course, is Genshin, where the only reason that people, people who actually have, I guess, a sane mindset and actually, care about care about the quality of the game. The only reason why you want to go to Genshin Impact is for the story. Like for example, for me, it's like at 4.7, whatever the end game stuff is cut, like whatever that is. I'm not too. I'm not gonna be like up in cheers and happy about it or anything like that. I just accept the Genshin for what it is. The only reason I'm going to come back to Genshin is for the story, which is going to be 5.0 when Natlan gets releases. But even then, it's like 1 or 2 days of content of the story. You get to explore Natlan and you just do the main missions, and then it's like, well, gotta wait for 3 to 5 weeks for the next patch, and I guess the next intro to the story of Natlan in 5.1. So stuff like that is like that's gonna lose a bunch of player base. That's gonna lose a lot of of your player base. You're gonna lose like a lot of players with the game. So the reason I'm saying that is because with Wuthering Waves, I think so far the main reason that I will go back to Wuthering Waves is for the combat and for, I guess, can't really say anything about the events yet because we haven't done an event yet, but I guess for the characters as well, that's also another thing. I'm just saying, for people who like all aspects of the game, you can see those people coming back uh, more often than not. But for people who want to play Wuthering Waves just solely based on the story, I mean, so far you got a couple of cool cutscenes and like moments so far that I've played through, but nothing too like the information from the story is not something you could like remember from like start to finish, right? Uh, Again, I could be wrong. I haven't finished the entirety of the story, but what I'm saying is that if the story is not good enough, then you're potentially going to lose player base, a part of your player base to learn the story.
Strike from the shadows.
And so I just think that it should be
The hour
better.
is upon us.
Like the characters over talking to each other and like even like low-key double speaking a couple of times in the story, and also just characters talking to each other and just having to get the line get cut off during the dialogue. It just feels weird, you know. So I hope that does get fixed, you know. Sometimes when they do say like a dialogue or like a where they're talking, it's like they speak a specific line where it's like you would expect them to be like, where you would feel like, okay, it's like they're gonna do like a quirky impression or something, or like a pose. And it's like it's kind of like a 1 or 2 second delay of like them saying like the dialogue, and then it's like them doing like a pose or something. Like I because so far the information I can't remember much from like the information that we've gotten so, that I've gotten so far in this story with Wuthering Waves. So again, I'm just saying like as a concern, I hope it does get better. Another part that I want to talk about is like the healing. There, if you have not experienced
I
this,
sense your
I will let you
weakness.
know. So when you are
One with the sound.
flying, and I experienced this because I have a low weight because of course I'm too like low level for like a couple of the enemies. But when you're fighting enemies like I am right now, and it's like, okay, crap, I have to heal. Right in the middle of combat,
Memories of the past.
it's like you're dodging, you run. When you press B, you you click this to heal, right? And then you use it on your character, and then it's like, but if you try to heal your character, like another different character, at the same time, you get a cooldown. There is a cooldown for healing, and it's 30 seconds. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for the average gamer, when it comes to a game, especially when it's a combat game, a combat like driven or oriented game, I don't think people are worrying too much about healing. They just want to they just want to throw hands and punch things and blow stuff up. And so if it's like if you have to heal, well there's an emergency button where you do press the you press B if you're on the PC, press B and then you get the heal. But you can't heal another character. And so that's my other concern with it. It's like to gatekeep healing, that's it's just a concern that I have, but it's like I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be something that's gonna be taken well with some part of the community. Right? Now again, I could be this part of the attention that Kuro Games is going with this. A team like where I have right now, where you have your, I guess you probably have like a DPS, for example. Let's say Rover, your DPS, Shizia, your sub DPS or nerd DPS character, and then you have your healer on your team. I think Kuro Games is anticipating that players who play Wuthering Waves are going to have a healer on their team, like to have one healer on their team, right? And so I can get that. I mean that is I guess in a way it is a nice strategy because you are getting your uh, players to have to equip a healer on their team. Because if you don't equip a healer, you will get cooked. You will get one shot. But I think some people just want to have a team of three where it's just one main DPS and two sub DPSs. And it's like they just want to fight. And it's like if they got a heal, they can just press B, like, or open inventory, go to backpack, go to supplies, heal, and then just heal their entire team, and then exit out, and then jump right back into the combat. I just some people do want to play the game that way. Now, will this be a major concern down the line? I don't know. Time will tell. We will see. I mean, we'll see if more people do speak up about it. But, or if a lot of people have an issue with it, and then we'll see if they speak up about it. But it's just that having to have healing being gatekeep is like, I don't know, it's a little weird. But if it's like if you're understanding from their perspective, they're thinking that people are gonna like have a healer on their team. I mean, probably true. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if majority of the player base, or of a large chunk of it, do play with uh with a DPS, sub DPS, and a healer. I would not be surprised if that was like the common team for every player. And with Baiji is like a broken healer, by the way. I think her skill is broken. Like, yeah, if you use her skill, she calls her Echo Buddy. It deals ice damage and it restores HP for the entire team. That's really good. So maybe it won't be an issue, having to like go in the inventory and heal during middle combat. Maybe it won't be an issue if they introduce characters like Baiji and I guess meta wise Verena. If they do keep introducing healers like that, then it's like at that point, then they're at that point they're building a trend of you have to have a healer in your party, otherwise you will perish. I mean, if that's going to be the case, and if the healers are going to be just as good as this, then I will. Then sure, I will understand it, and I will just have to adapt. Right? You have to, adapt and get better. Now again, am I saying that like not being able to heal with like the food in the middle of combat and like having a cooldown on that? Am I saying like that's freaking horrible for the game or anything like that? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for some. I'm just saying there are some people who want to have a team full of DPSs, like the one DPS and two sub DPSs, and they just want to go ham. They don't want to have to worry about like picking a character, like clicking two or three, or switching to another character with your controller, and then it's like it's a mandatory thing where you have to switch to this character and use their skill to heal, otherwise you will die. It's just something that I wanted to like bring. This is just something that I wanted to bring up and like discuss, and let me know how you feel about it. If you agree or just if you agree with me or just outright disagree with me. If you think it's a dog shit take or something like that, just let me know. And maybe and explain to me. Like give me your perspective on how you think, like why you think this is a concern or why you think it's not really a concern. But like I said, if they keep it, if they're gonna introduce 4-star healers like this that have skills like that, then sure, it's understandable. Then it's like okay, at that point, it is going to be a mandatory thing where it's like you are going to have a healer on your team. If they do have like effects like that, like Baiji does, it would make sense. And so let's see what's next I want to talk about. Okay, we talked about the story, the healing part. Uh, I mean, there's not really much more to talk about because I'm not fully done with the story, and I'm not fully through all the content of it. Because again, this is an early impressions video, and so I just wanted to make this real quick and get my early thoughts on the game before I finish it. Once I'm done with all the content in the game, I guess one minor thing I would talk about real quick before we end this video. Out of the trio, who are you liking so far between Baiji, Chisia, and Yang Yang? Who do you like so far? And I'm talking about purely from the story. Because from right now, currently where I am in the story, I'm not all the way done. Maybe my opinion will change. But currently so far with the story, I think it's probably common, but Chisia is right now my favorite. Baiji is second. Yang Yang is third. Out of the three. And the reason for that is I just don't think Yang Yang so far she hasn't left like that much of a pressure on me. Baiji is the one who saves you from like drowning, and is also the one who's but yeah, she also like does her healing on you just to make sure you're okay. And she does like leave, but she's very like resourceful, with her healing. Uh, and also she helps with like the relics of like trying to help you identify like what they mean. At least in that part of the story. Chisia, her overall personality, the fact that she's dual wielding guns, um, her, her personality, her character, like her character design, you know, she has a she has tomboyish behavior, but it's very memorable, and it's like it's like this is a character that I could definitely see myself maybe multiple weeks after the game goes through multiple patches. and someone would ask me, all right, who's your like favorite like character? Like and if I have like a top five, she would definitely probably be in the top five. I think she's a real fun character, uh, personality, design wise as well. Yeah, yeah, yes, design wise looks really good, but so far in the story, it's like again, my opinion could change, but so far she hasn't. I don't know. It just hasn't hit home with me with her yet. It just hasn't hit home, and maybe that will change once I finish with the story and go through all the content in the game so far that is available. And if she is going to be the traveling companion, like Paimon is for you in Genshin Impact, or March, you can say March and Dawn Hong, but really it's like March, and March is like your traveling companion and Honkai Star Rail. If she's going to be that, maybe I will grow. Maybe she'll grow on me, and maybe she'll be more of a fun character. Maybe she'll be more memorable. But right now, I'm just not feeling it with her. Like I said, Chisia is the favorite, then it's Baiji, and then it's Yang Yang. So that's it for that part. Um, but yeah, this is the early impressions of what I think about the game so far. I will upload another video with the final impressions, me going through all the content in the game, and my final thoughts on the game. So expect that video to be later down the line, probably sometime next week, I would say, because of course I'm going to be uploading content on Wuthering Waves. I'm going to be uploading the story and like my playthrough through the game and all that stuff. I'm gonna be uploading videos on that. Um, you will see me upload videos on Honkai Star Rail. We're gonna be playing on the free to play account, and we're gonna be doing an early grinding session for Blue Hill. I'm probably gonna do that live. So if you want to check that out, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you can know when the next time I'm going to go live or next time I post a video. So yeah, we're gonna do Hawkeye Star Wars content as well in the meantime. But really, this is gonna be Wuthering Waves, focus for the next couple of the next few days because there's all the content we gotta get through the game. And so yeah, and also on a side note, as you can see, yes, Verena, I got her. You can tell how excited I am by my tone, right? For those of you who don't understand sarcasm, I'm not happy. I don't want this character, but I got her. I think this may be a hot take. Yes, meta-wise, broken healer, all this earth stuff. Yeah, she's really good. I don't want to play as her, guys. I just don't want to play as her. There's nothing really to like about the character except for her meta kit. That's it. Other than that, I have no reason to as the, play with this character or have this character in my team. I'm just not. So, hot take. I'm not gonna level her up. I'm just not gonna do it. I want Jinshin or I want Calcharo. We got her, and I already know people. If you are people who are gonna like leave a comment are gonna say, "Oh, dumb, look at this dumb idiot. He's not gonna freaking use it for me. That she's the most broken healer in the game." And it's like, yeah, I can get through the game just fine. I'm pretty sure, especially early game with Baiji as my healer. I'll be fine. I'll be cool. It's not gonna be the end of the world for me. I'm just not gonna use this character, guys. I'm just letting you know that now. And I'm not gonna create another account to reroll both F that. This is just gonna be the one account that I'm gonna have for this game. Also, this account or this me playing this game for now until either A, the game dies off, like the game becomes bad to the point of like I don't want to play it anymore, or B, until all the content in the game is officially finished and the story is done. This will be a free to play account. I'm gonna be strictly free to play. I will not. You will not see me spend a single dime on this game because I am the only motherfucker in the Wuthering Waves community who deserves praise. Actually, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. I choked that. All right, let me. All right, retake. Take two. Action. Because I am the only motherfucker who deserves praise in the Wuthering Waves community because I don't spend money on Wuthering Waves. All right, that's why I deserve the respect because I'm not going to spend money to re-roll to get the characters I want. I'm just going to roll with the characters I have. All right. So as if a YouTube video explaining the meta of Arena is going to get me to use her. As if a YouTube short or a comment that's going to say how stupid I am for not using Farina and not even loving her up is loving her up. Tell me how dumb I am for not doing it is going to convince me to play Farina. I will not, because I have my pride. Oh fuck the freaking slime. The slime's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. He's a real funny guy, you know. So yeah, but basically, I think that's gonna be it. As you can see, yeah, I got him as well, and I have his constellation. You know, I also got her. She's pretty cool. I'm just glad I have like I got to see a constellation. Resonance skill, boom boom, hits will always be critical hits. Oh, that's awesome. All right, that's cool. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it. You know, in the final video, I'm probably gonna talk more about like the echoes and like how how I feel about them. So far, I do like how they do have them set up, but I won't dive too much into it because I think that should be for when the game is fully fleshed out. Then I will be done. Then I will have my final, opinions and thoughts on the game and like the way the system is set up. But wait, what? Who are you looking at? Why are you smiling every time you look to the left? Who is that? Is it the YouTube channel G Chaos and that you're saying that people should subscribe to it? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? No, just me. Okay, but anyways, guys, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. These are just my early impression thoughts on Wuthering Waves. Expect between this video and like the last video where I give my final opinion on the game, expect a lot of Wuthering Wave gameplay videos uploaded. You know, me playing the story, me exploring the open world, all that junk. You know. So, anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know, ring that notification bell if you want to learn. Next time I'm gonna like get into the play the game or want to go live on YouTube or yeah, live on YouTube. And as always, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.